Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day here in the Manawatu. We've just come off the back of just about 40 mils of rain last night, but it's turned out into a magnificent day, which is ideal because we've had several days of rain and more on the horizon, and we are desperately getting ready to plant our autumn seedlings. So part of the desperation is this is where they need to go. So that's the job of the day. Things got out of hand and we've got a lot of weeds to come in and clean up. So I managed to kind of tear down the bulk of it in the last over the last week. But yeah, as you can see, there's lots that need to be weeded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through and hand weed, which I usually try and avoid, but anyway, needs must. So yeah, hand weed, and then I'm going to stick some weed mat in the pathways and perhaps give it a light fertilise, and then we should be good to go. And then over here you can see that we've been having this weed mat down for a little while. And this is, I've been trying to experiment where we've got our saved ranunculus corms under there. So probably not today, but maybe next weekend I'll pull the tarps up and weed out some of these bits of grass and see what comes back. So that should be exciting. The other exciting thing that's happening here is we are building a tunnel. So Matt and Dad have been working on that this week, and we're almost at a point where you can put the plastic on. So Matt's going to do a bit of tinkering away on that today, and we'll just try and find a wind-free day to do it. I mean, today would actually be perfect, but we're not ready. So super excited to get this. This is going to mean that we are able to extend our season a little bit more, and also get a better quality flowers. So I don't know if you can see, but we are in quite an exposed area, and so the wind just comes through, and we live in the Manawatu, so it's really windy. So even though we've planted trees and things like that, they're still getting going. So having something like this will be amazing. So I'm not sure, we might have to do a bit of figuring out in terms of the bed layout for the tunnel. So we've got 3 beds, as you can see, and a wider kind of pathway as opposed to some of the smaller pathways. And so the idea with that for me is being able to maybe fit some tables in here for seedlings, because I don't currently have anywhere other than my indoor grow room to grow seedlings, so it'd be good to have a separate space for that. So we'll see if that works out. It may or may not. And then also I'm going to try some crate growing as well, so I'm going to try some forcing some early tulips, so we'll see how that goes. And by early I just mean a couple of weeks early. Going to give that a go, and maybe some freesias and things in crates, and possibly some lisianthus. So we've got a wider pathway to accommodate that, and we've got the other 3 beds here. I don't think that I will be able to fit down this path down the side here, so we'll see. We might be able to these are going to have roll up sides, so we might be able to make it so that we can roll them up far enough that I can harvest from the outside in. I don't know. Or I might have to make my beds skinnier. I was trying to keep them the same width as everything else out in the field, so it's easier to plan, but we might just have to do a bit of tinkering away on what that looks like. Super excited. So it's 21 metres long, and so the beds will be almost as long as my ones out in the field, which are roughly 20 metres. But we're going to have some doors at either end, and we've got to, I think they're didn't plan this very well, they're going to be opening up here right onto this bed. So I think we'll have to bring the bed in a little bit to allow us to kind of get in and out. So yeah, watch this space. Hopefully we'll be planting out in here next week. I thought I'd just give you an update on the soil blocking as well, because some of you have been asking me. So I've got these snapdragons. They've just come out of the grow room and are just starting to harden off. As you can see, they're looking pretty good. We have had a bit of a spotty germination, which I think is more of a user error thing than anything else. I've been really busy and have been I misted them for a long time rather than actually watering the blocks. And I wasn't quite getting the centre of the block, I don't think. And so these ones in the middle took a lot longer to germinate. Yeah, I think that's what's happened here. But it could also be that they're not getting as much water or nutrients, but being on the centre of the block. And we did sow into like these channeled trays, which, I mean, I don't think that's the issue actually. I think it's just more like the lack of TLC on my part. But yeah, so far going really well. Yeah, they're looking nice and healthy, as you can see, and looking forward to getting them planted out hopefully next weekend after they've hardened off. Alright, I'm gonna get stuck into this. I'm optimistically hoping it won't take me all day, but you know, it might, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hey everyone, it is the next day and I managed to get 2 beds weeded out of the 3 that needed to be weeded before we got rained out. So I'll need to pick that up again maybe next weekend or sometime during the week if I can get to it. It's been tipping down all day. We've got I think the next 2 or 3 days are meant to be pretty flat out with rain. We've got flood warning now. There's been a bit of flooding sort of in and around the district. So yeah, we'll just have to come back to that. But what I'm doing now is I've just recently taken on supplying flowers to the Cheltenham General Store year round. So that's a new venture to me, supplying flowers year round, and so I've had to buy in flowers from other growers to supplement what I'm growing myself. And yeah, I'm just processing some lovely proteas, which I will show you from another local grower. Got some different types of protea. I've got proteas myself, but they're still quite little, so I haven't worked with them a heck of a lot. I quite like these little fluffy, I think they're called mink varieties. And then I've also just been running around in the rain, in the dark, harvesting some foliage and bits and pieces to go with it. So I've got various types of eucalyptus, and I can't remember what this foliage is, but I'm kind of in love with it. It's I think it's a relative of a protea actually, and it's very like velvety, and when it's not a bit damp it has like a silver sheen to it, which is really nice. And then we've also got chrysanthemums coming on deck as well at the moment. So it's nice to be able to use those. I can't wait to grow them in a tunnel next year. And then also I'm growing some kale as well, and unfortunately harvesting in the dark. I've harvested a few like slightly wonky stems, so I might not use those. But yeah, so that's what I'm up to this evening, and I'm just going to put together some bouquets, put them in the chiller, and then probably deliver them tomorrow. So this buying flowers has given me a new appreciation for what florists go through. I've had a few interesting experiences, some really good, and like these proteas, I'm enjoying working with them, and then some like I've had mouldy flowers and flowers that smell like some horrid chemical that I couldn't use, and everything in between. So yeah, it does give me a newfound appreciation for what florists have to go through just to get their flowers, but also a renewed sense of appreciation for local product and local flowers, and I can't wait to get back to just using exclusively my own flowers. So yeah, I'm going to have to think about what else I can grow during the winter months. So I've already got a few things, but even just, do I try and source, earlier, like really early daffodils, because previously I was trying to hit a certain time frame, which would be sort of August, September, to start my season, and then I'd close it off around, was always trying to close it off around Mother's Day if I could make it. But yeah, now just having to think about what else can I grow to carry me through the winter. So yeah, if you have anything that you do that you really like, just let me know. But yeah, that's going to be the new challenge for the farm. So I got all my bouquets made. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.